Hi there, it's Tiger Lily. I'm so glad that you're here. I am coming to you today in this recording in my capacity as a yoga teacher, and I'm getting ready to broadcast our live stream class on Friday mornings from 8:15 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time for the moon flow and meditation. So this is a 45-minute class, about 20 to 25 minutes of flow, very gentle, and then a resting meditation. So to get yourself ready for this class, I invite you to bring your mat out and you're gonna face the long edge of the mat for this practice. And then after we finish the flow, you're gonna come down into Savasana for a resting meditation. So I'm gonna do the guided meditation part, and all you have to do is get totally comfortable. So I encourage you, before you get started, to go ahead and snag a blanket, a pillow, maybe an eye mask if you like to cut out the light, so that you can totally relax and be in complete comfort for the guided meditation that we do at the end of class. So I'm going to be turning on my live stream class here very shortly, and we're going to get started. Now we're going to start standing, facing the long edge of the mat, right about in the center. So I encourage you to go ahead and get all of your stuff together, and I'm going to get logged in and we'll get started shortly. Thanks so much for spending some time with me this morning, or afternoon, or evening, or whenever it is that you're joining us. Hi, hello, good morning. Okay, I am so glad that y'all are here. I am attempting to do a recording again this morning. Yesterday's did not work, so I'm going to do that over again next week. But today, I hope I've got the camera set up and I'm all ready to go. So good morning and welcome to Friday's moon flow and meditation. So as y'all know, we're going to start facing the long edge of the mat. In the center of the mat, we're going to start standing. We're going to do our flow, and then we'll work our way down to the earth and then finish up with the guided meditation as a finish. Hi there, take a huge breath in. Let it go. You have arrived. This is it. Okay, and just a second, let me take care of some technology. All right, y'all. Take a moment to come into your feet. Stand hip width apart. Do a little rock back and forth, heel to toe, and then side to side. Small bend in the knees. Pull the belly to the spine. Relax your arms down by the sides. Arrive. Just be here for a couple of breaths. Extended mountain. Bring your arms overhead. When you get there, reach up a little bit farther. Breathe in. And then on your exhale, join your fingers, clasp your fingers, and then point your index finger and fold one thumb over the other. Kali Mudra. Inhale, reach up, grow taller. On your exhale, lean. Doesn't matter which side you're doing it to, mirror image. Whatever side is lengthened here, reach a little farther. Bring your fingertips farther up towards the ceiling, and then press that hip out a little bit. Get as much length as you can. 2 breaths here. On your inhale, reach up into the center again. Keep the belly pulled to the spine. Small bend in the knees. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean the other way. Nicely done. Inhale to the center. On your exhale, step your feet out nice and wide. Bring your arms out to the side, palms facing out, star pose. So your heels are slightly in, your toes are slightly out. Make a small V with your feet. Star pose. Inhale, huge. Exhale, goddess pose. Bend your elbows, bend your knees. Sigh. We're going to do 3 rounds. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Last one. Inhale, star. And now we're going to shift facing this direction into warrior two. So you're going to turn this foot to face the long edge of the mat, and you're going to make this foot face the short edge of the mat, and then bend the knee that's facing the short edge of the mat, warrior two. Yep, you've got it. Now for me, that bent knee is the right foot. Doesn't matter which side you're on. For the moon salutation flow, pay more attention to what you're seeing on screen and then just mirror me, regardless of whether this is your left foot or your right foot. It gets confusing depending on the angle, whether the camera is facing one direction or the other. So we're just going to do one side and then the other. That's the most important part. Warrior two. Pull the belly to the spine on your exhale. Press into the knife edge of your back foot of the straight leg, and then press down behind the big toe of the foot of the bent knee. Warrior two, one more breath. Be strong and focused here. Reverse warrior. Reach the front arm, the bent leg arm up, reach up, breathe in, stay here for the exhale. One more inhale, reach your top hand a little higher. On your exhale, come into extended side angle. Bend that knee a little farther, top hand reaches really far overhead. Getting longer than we did when we were doing the crescent moon shape. Nicely done, y'all. I see that. All right, we're going to windmill back up into warrior two and reverse warrior. Reach up, reach back, and then straighten that bent leg again, and then we're going to windmill back to triangle pose. Yep, nicely done, y'all. Breathe big. One more breath here. Reach your top hand a little higher. Reach your bottom hand for the earth a little farther. Bend that front knee again, and then we're going to fold down into a lunge. So you're going to pivot your back heel up, and then any variation of a lunge that you would like. So you can bring your hands to the earth, or runner's lunge, or if you want crescent lunge, you can stand up and reach the arms up. Or if you want the very lowest variation, hands to the earth, back knee on the earth, untucking the toes. Stay here for another few breaths. And then walk your back foot up until you can plant that back heel on the earth and fold down into pyramid pose. And in pyramid, our feet are fairly close together, front and back. Show a short stride, but the feet are wide apart towards the right and the left. So the feet, the edges of the feet out towards the edges of your mat for a wide stance. Short stride, wide stance. And then once you're here, really let gravity take over. Let your head get heavier. It doesn't matter if the knees are bent or straight. The benefit happens either way. Hear the sound of your breath. Let's do one more. Shift your weight toward your front foot. Lift your back foot and step back to crescent lunge again. And then we're going to pivot into side lunge. Now, if for whatever reason you don't want to be pressing on this knee or standing in the shape, you can bring the knee to the earth and come on down to a seat for seated single leg extension. So either one of these is an option, or both. We're going to be here for another 5 or 6 breaths. I see y'all. Nicely done. 2 more breaths here. All right, let's move the straight leg in and come into yogi squat. Two more breaths. Fill way up. Big inhale. And now we're going to pivot to the other side and come into our side lunge this side. Yep. There you go. And then if you want to come into seated single leg extension instead, always an option. We're going to turn towards the short edge of the mat, opposite direction, very briefly into a lunge, and then move your feet back into pyramid pose facing the other short edge of the mat. Bring your feet out nice and wide towards the edges of the mat, long edges of the mat, but make sure that your back foot is close enough to your front foot that you can really press down the heel of the back foot so that you're nice and solid on both feet. And then let your torso and your head get really, really heavy. Two more deep breaths here. Good stuff, y'all. Shift your weight into your front foot, lift your back foot and step it way back so that you can come back into the lunge shape, and we'll hold the lunge shape here. And again, any height, any variation that you want. So low lunge with the back knee on the earth, the toes untucked. Runner's lunge, or stand up into crescent lunge. And there's no rule saying you've got to do it exactly the same way on both sides. Do you. Breathe deep. Awesome. I see you've both chosen your own variation here. We're going to pivot open So press the back heel down and then come into warrior two. Just briefly, we're gonna do reverse warrior. Straighten that bent knee and then windmill down into triangle. Listen into the sound of your breath. It is always the most important part. Bend that front knee, windmill back up, reverse warrior again. Keep that knee bent, we're gonna come into extended side angle. You may know this pose as triangle. There are some traditions that call this shape with that front knee bent, the elbow resting or reaching down as triangle. Whatever you like to call it. Keep breathing deeply. And then we're gonna windmill one more time, reverse warrior, and then warrior two. Here we are again, but now facing the opposite direction. Come back into that foundation, pulling the belly to the spine on your exhale. Press down through the ball mound of the foot of your bent leg and press down through the knife edge of the straight leg. Awesome. Breathe real deep. Lengthen your exhale. And now we're going to shift back to star pose, facing the long edge of the mat, heels slightly in, toes slightly out. Make a V with the feet, reach the arms up. We're going to do another round of goddess dips. 3, breathe in, reach up. Exhale, bend and roar. Star. Pivot the feet to face the long edge of the mat and fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Literally hang here. Let your head hang, let your torso hang. All right, we're gonna stay in wide leg forward fold for a handful more breaths, and then we're gonna work our way down to the earth for our seated practice and then meditation. From wide-legged forward fold, bend the knees, plant your hands on the mat in front of you, and then bring your knees down to the earth, the toes together, the knees apart. We're gonna come into Simhasana. And if for any reason ever this pose does not work for you, then you can just take an easy seat, crisscross applesauce, and then put your hands in front of you. All right, y'all, hang on a second while I take care of our video production element. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning, y'all. All right, so for Simhasana, toes together, knees apart, turn the hands in towards the body, plant the palms on the earth, feel that wrist stretch. Okay, 3 rounds of lion's breath. Here we go, breathe in, roar, nicely done. Shake out the hands. Come on around to butterfly pose. We're going to join the soles of the feet together. Wrap your fingers around the toes. Sit tall. And then if you want a little bit more out of the hip stretch action here, bend the elbows and pull the front of the body forward, keeping the spine nice and long here, reaching up through the crown of the head, away from the tailbone. One more breath in butterfly. Okay, keep this leg bent. We're going to straighten this leg out along the edge, and then we're going to bring the bent leg foot into the thigh, and then lateral stretch here. So the leg that's lengthened, bring your arm out along it, and then the top arm comes up and over. Lateral stretch, 2 breaths here. And now we're going to turn towards that lengthened leg and fold down into, oh, this pose has a lot of names. Seated single leg extension, seated tree, whatever you want to call it. Breathe deeply. Send some love to your low back. The leg that's lengthened. Send some love to your calf, the thigh, and anything else that bubbles up into your attention here, anything that feels sticky. Pay attention to it. Try not to judge. I know, that's a whole lot easier to say than do, right? Just keep breathing. And sit back up. We're going to bring the hands back behind us, planting the palms on the earth, with the fingers facing away. Pull the shoulder blades together, pull your teeth together, lift your chin. One more complete breath here. Fill up, empty. Bring the chin back to neutral, and then let's come back to butterfly. Center briefly. And let's take care of the, you know what, I almost forgot. We need to do the twist. Woo. Okay, so we're gonna send the leg that you had straightened out, bring it back out again, and that bent knee, come back and bend it again, and then bring it up and over. We're gonna do the Marichi twist. So hug in, turn towards your bent leg, twist. Option to either hug the knee with your elbow, or if you want a little bit more twisting action, elbow to the outside, turn and look over your back shoulder. 4 breaths here. Keep going, 2 more breaths. Untwist. And then we're gonna change sides and twist on the other side. So straighten the bent leg out, bend the straight leg, twist. Excuse me, put the foot on the other side of the leg and then twist. Once you get there, 4 breaths. Listen in. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Exhale. Lengthen your exhale. Really squeeze some air out of the bottom before you let go of this shape. Nicely done. Okay, untwist. We'll come back to the center. Butterfly. Briefly. Okay, and now we're gonna lengthen this leg out and pull the bent leg foot into the thigh. Turn your whole torso, and then we're gonna fold over. Lateral stretch. So turn towards the long edge of the mat. Lengthen your arm out along the leg. Bring your upper arm up and over. And then bring the arms up and back behind you. Plant the palms, spread the fingers nice and wide to get the stretch for the palms and the wrists. Pull the shoulder blades together, pull your front teeth together, lift your chin. 3 breaths here. Bring your chin back to neutral, and then bring yourself into an easy seat. And to finish up our seated practice, we're going to do lunar breath. This is an alternate nostril breath. We're going to do, we're going to do 30 seconds of this breath. So just enough to get us started. Lunar breath. And this is where we're going to pay attention to the sides, right? So regardless of what you're seeing on screen, I want you to pay attention to your left nostril. You're going to always breathe in through the left nostril and always breathe out through the right. So begin by blocking the right nostril. Breathe in through the left. When you're ready to exhale, close the left, exhale right. And that's the pattern. And when you're ready to breathe in, close the right, inhale left. Exhale right. Another 10 seconds. And then finish on an exhale. And now, my lovely fellow earthlings, please rest. Take a moment to situate yourself into a place of deep comfort. For the next several minutes, there is absolutely nothing for you to do except get comfortable and rest and breathe. So take some time to really situate yourself so that your body is entirely comfortable. Bringing maybe a pillow up underneath your knees, underneath the back of your head. And as you settle to the earth, I invite you to really pay attention to a 100% comfort. Don't settle for just fine. Really get there 100%. Maybe you notice a fold of fabric that's like, I can deal with it. Don't deal with it. Go ahead and unwrinkle it. Get rid of anything that's going to annoy you. That is within the realm of possibility, of course. And then allow gravity to settle the whole body. And then settle some more. Rest. And as you let the body come to rest, I'm going to share a little bit of lunar lore with you for where we are right now in this moment. Today, making this recording on Friday, October 4th. The moon is just at the very end of the new cycle where it is rising and setting with the sun. It's almost waxing crescent, but not quite. And it's also in the sign of Scorpio. So the new moon is a good time for resting, reflecting, and getting rid of things that do not serve us. Well, let me tell you a little bit about the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is a water sign. It is the emotional principle associated with emotions, dreams, the subconscious, images, symbols, intuition, psychic ability, spirituality, security, family, home, ancestors, forgiveness, transformation, and transcending. Scorpio is also an interpersonal sign and helps us share with other people and learn about relations and our connections to each other. It's also a fixed sign in the zodiac, which means that its energy is lasting. The things that you gain insight into right now will stay with you. This is an excellent time to focus your energy on something. And in this moment, I invite you to focus on your intention, your reason for coming to your mat today, your reason for resting in meditation. And take a few moments here to hone in on something simple that you can repeat to yourself in a few words. And repeat it to yourself 3 times. If nothing comes to mind, borrow mine, my intention. I am resting. I am resting. I am resting. Know that this rest is your birthright, and it is owed to you simply because you exist on this planet. Thank you for claiming that birthright. Allow the body to settle a little bit more and notice the whole body. Notice the sounds in the room, the sounds outside your room. Notice your skin, the warmth of your skin, whatever is in contact with your skin, air, fabric, mat material, the floor, the dimensions of the room around you, the wall, the floor, the ceiling, the windows, the play of light in your sight or on the backs of your eyelids, the taste on your tongue, and the aromas in your nostril. This is both. We're going to rotate the consciousness around the body. So I invite you to notice as I call out each body part, bring your full attention to that body part, and then move to the next one. Bring your awareness to the crown of your head, to the back of your head, the back of the neck, the space between the shoulder blades, the upper back, the middle back, the low back, the buttocks, the backs of the thighs, the back of the knees, calves, the backs of the ankles, the soles of the feet. Bring your awareness to the crown of the head, the whole scalp, the forehead, right eye, right nostril, right ear, right shoulder, right upper arm, right elbow, right forearm, right wrist, the back of the right hand, the palm of the right hand, the right thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, right hip, right upper leg, right knee, right lower leg. right ankle, the top of the right foot, the sole of the right foot, the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, pinky toe, crown of the head, the whole scalp, forehead, left eye, left nostril, left ear, left shoulder, left upper arm, left elbow, left arm, left forearm, left wrist, back of left hand, palm of left hand, left thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, left hip, left upper leg, left knee, left lower leg, left ankle, top of left foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, pinky toe, crown of head, the whole scalp, forehead, third eye, tip of nose, upper lip, lower lip, tip of chin, throat, pit of throat, heart center, solar plexus, navel, pelvis, inner thighs, inner knees, inner calves, inner ankles, the arches of the feet, the soles of the feet, the palms of the hands, heart center, throat, third eye, hands, heart, throat, third eye, hands, heart, throat, third eye. Notice the sound of your breath. Notice your whole body breathing. Notice the inhale through the nostrils, traveling through the sinuses, down the throat, filling the lungs, all the capillaries and alveoli, the whole breath happening simultaneously everywhere in the body, oxygenating the tissues everywhere all at once. And the breath out from the capillaries and the alveoli through the lungs, the sinuses, the nostrils, and out again. The breath in, nourishing you. And the breath out, nourishing the green, living things of earth. You complete the cycle of nourishment and thriving with no other effort. Rest here and see in the mind's eye, blue sky, night sky, stars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, circling back in, the sun, Mercury, vast oceans, dark, black night, moonrise, crescent, waxing, gibbous, full moon shining over dark ocean, silver light path, the moon waxing and waning, gibbous, half, crescent, and around to the new moon again, dark sky, stars, twilight, first light, dawn, pink and silver, water's edge, palm trees, birdsong, green path, flowers, couch, a rocking chair on the porch, inviting you. Rest here. Savasana. remain at rest and allow your intention to come back into your mind. The seed that you planted as you began to rest has begun to germinate and send leaflets out, and without any other effort becomes real. And if nothing came to mind, remember mine. I am resting, I am resting, I am resting. And notice the physical body again, the skin, sight and sound, and smells and taste, the sensation along your skin, the sound of your breath, the feel of your heartbeat. And over the next several breaths, stretch as you need to. And give yourself time to notice how you feel. And then allow yourself to just feel it. No need to label it, figure out what it is or why. Over the next few breaths, bring yourself upright. Deepen your breath. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, and for our on-demand folks, anytime that you are joining. And let's close with this brief meditation. Safe, healthy, happy, and free. You, me, everyone, all beings, everywhere, always. Let's go be a mighty kindness. Peace.